Morning falling through the glass, dust hangs slow in the quiet, like it doesn't wanna pass. You said nothing lasts forever, like it didn't hurt to know. But some words stay in the hallway long after people go. The kitchen clock keeps moving, the floor still knows your feet, and every ordinary evening still brings you back to me. Tell me where the feeling goes after all the noise fades out. Tell me why old houses remember without a sound. Stay just a little while, till the shadows soften, till the room goes quiet. Stay, you don't have to speak. Some things don't need fixing, some things just need peace. I walked past the old corner, the store had changed its face, but somehow all the small things still held your place. Your old notes in the drawer, your coat beside the chair. Funny how an empty room can still feel like you're there. I stopped asking for reasons, stopped trying to understand. Some memories don't disappear, they just change hands. Tell me if remembering gets lighter over years. Tell me if the missing ever disappears. Stay till the evening goes, till the city quiets, till nobody knows. Stay, even if only here, inside the way the silence still keeps you near. No dramatic ending, no last goodbye, just another slow night and a softer sky. the smallest things keep acting like your home. Outside the buses move along, inside the clock stays slow, and every quiet little hour still seems to know. Tell me where old feelings go after the words run out. Tell me why empty houses still speak out loud. Leave the window open, let the evening roll inside. Maybe not for coming back, just somewhere for the light. Leave the window open, even if the weather changes slow. Some things don't return to us, but they still glow. I walk past the old market, past the alley with blue paint, different voices in the distance, but the feeling never changed. Your old handwriting in a notebook, your record by the wall. Funny how forgotten objects remember it all. I stopped asking for directions, stop searching for a sign. Now I let the evenings happen, one ordinary night at a time. Tell me if remembering feels smaller where you are. Tell me if old summers still travel this far. Leave the window open, let the quiet move around. Maybe healing isn't silence, maybe healing sound. Leave the window open till the first pale morning shows. Some things don't disappear, they just become echoes. No final postcard, no lesson in disguise, just another room growing older under ordinary Leave the window open and let the night pass through. Not waiting for the old days, just remembering you. Leave the window open as the city settles low, and somewhere in the moving curtains I finally let you go. Still creaks at midnight, like it knows the way you walked. The paint is peeling slower now, but the silence still talks. There's a cup turned up said, don't make the old days bigger than they used to be. But memory has a habit of changing what it sees. Tell me where the laughter goes after the room grows still. Tell me if old houses ever forget at will. The porch stayed warm long after you moved on, long after the late night radio stopped playing our songs. The porch stayed warm like the night refused to close, and every little thing you left still somehow knows. Your old neighborhood, the trees had grown too tall, the windows looked unfamiliar, but I remember them all. Your bicycle wasn't there anymore, the mailbox wore new paint. Funny how a place survives and still becomes something strange. I thought time would settle things like snow across the yard. Turns out it just softens edges and leaves the hardest parts. Tell me if the mornings feel lighter where you are. Tell me if remembering still travels this far. The porch stayed warm even after seasons change, even after all the careful words lost their shade. The porch stayed warm, and I stopped asking why. Sunlight stayed glowing softly after goodbye. Maybe every place we love keeps a little sound, not enough to call us back, just enough to stay around. No big ending, no final scene, just an old house breathing slow, and what the years could mean. Tonight I let it be, not waiting for the past to return, just letting memory breathe. The porch stayed warm as the evening settled low, and somewhere in the quiet I finally let you go. dishes drying, the window cracked an inch, like the house still needed air to remember where we'd been. The hallway caught the evening and stretched it down the wall. Funny how a quiet room can still hold it all. Your sweater on the doorway, your handwriting in a book, and all the little places still carry your look. Tell me where the moments go after they slip away. Tell me why old memories still ask me to stay. Before the lights go out, stay here for a while. We don't need to fix it, we don't need another mile. Before the lights go out, let the silence speak. Some things don't disappear, they just turn quiet and key. I passed the old apartment, the paint had changed again. Different curtains in the windows, but the feeling stayed the same. Your old records in a cardboard box, your old jacket by the stairs. Funny how forgotten things still act like you're there. I stopped waiting for an answer, stopped counting every year. Now I leave the evening open and let it settle here. Tell me if remembering gets easier with time. Tell me if old roads still cross your mind. Before the lights go out, the room turns soft and slow, and all the things we carry start to let us go. Before the lights go out, nothing has to end. Some stories only change shape again and again. No last conversation, no dramatic goodbye, just another ordinary evening under an ordinary sky. left your book wide open, face down beside the bed, like the story wasn't over, just resting for a bit instead. The kettle warmed the kitchen, morning stayed outside, and every quiet little object still leaned to your side. The clock kept moving forward, but the room stayed where it was. Funny how some endings never really announce themselves. Tell me where old evenings go after they lose their light. Tell me why old promises still visit late at night. Until the morning, leave the window cracked, leave the radio talking, leave nothing packed. Until the morning, stay a little slow. Some things don't need answers, some things just need time to go. I drove by the old neighborhood. The trees had grown too wide. The store changed all its colors, but memory never tried. Your old notes in the drawer, your jacket by the chair. Funny how an empty place can still feel unaware. I stopped looking for meaning, stopped measuring the years. Now I let the quiet settle and disappear. Tell me if remembering feels softer where you are. Tell me if old summers still arrive this far. Until the morning, the room still breathes warm, and all the things we carried take another form. Until the morning, the shadows move thin, and all the words we couldn't say finally settle in. No final postcard, no grand goodbye, just another lamp left glowing under another sky. Until the morning, I leave the curtains wide, not waiting for tomorrow, just letting time decide. Until the morning, and when the daylight shows, I'll carry what remains and let the rest go. pockets still remembered smiles. Your cup stayed by the window, your shoes stayed by the door. Funny how an empty room can still feel full of more. Outside the cars kept moving, inside the clock slowed down, and every ordinary silence spread across the town. Tell me where the daylight goes after it leaves the walls. Tell me why old memories still answer when I call. When the evening comes, everything turns gold. Old words get softer, old stories get told. When the evening comes, I'll let the quiet stay. Not everything we lose needs taken away. I drove by the old station. The benches look the same, different faces waiting there, but I still knew your name. There's a notebook in the drawer with half-finished little plans. Funny how unfinished things outlive careful hands. I stopped looking for a reason, stopped measuring the years. Now I just sit with the windows open and let them disappear. Tell me if the weather feels warmer where you are. Tell me if old roads still travel this far. When the evening comes, the shadows stretch and bend. Some things don't come back, but still don't really end. When the evening comes, the room breathes slow again, and all the things I carried feel lighter than then. No big confession, no final page, just another quiet season turning another age. spaces that silence never heard. Your chair still points toward the window, like you only stepped away. And every ordinary object still remembers how you stayed. Coffee cool beside the counter, the clock moves slow and thin. Funny how an empty room still feels lived in. Tell me where the voices go after the songs all end. Tell me why old echoes still sound like friends. Radio on, leave it through the night. Maybe something in the static still gets it right. Radio on, don't turn it down. Some things stay alive just through the sound. I drove past the old corner, the sign had changed again, but I still knew the sidewalk like I knew us back then. Your old notes in the kitchen, your coat beside the door. Nothing has to stay forever, but some things stay a little more. Now the evenings feel quieter, but not as cold somehow. I stopped trying to explain it, I just let it happen now. Tell me if remembering gets easier with time. Tell me if old songs still cross your mind. Radio on, leave it through the night. Maybe all the things we lost still travel in the light. Radio on, soft and low again, like unfinished conversations finding their way in. No grand ending, no final scene, just another evening and what it Radio on till the morning comes, not to bring the old days back, just to hear what they become. Radio on, and let the room breathe slow. Some things don't disappear, they just go quiet. the clouds moved on. The street lights made the pavement look like another town. Your jacket still hangs crooked by the chair against the wall. And every little evening now feels quieter than all. You said don't hold the moment too tightly in your hands, but nobody ever tells you how letting go lands. Tell me where the water goes after it leaves the ground. Tell me why old memories still come back around. After the rain, everything looks changed. Same old house, same old frame. After the rain, nothing feels the same, but some things stay without a name. The grocery down the corner painted over all the signs, but I still know the doorway like I still know your lines. Your old notes in the kitchen, your old songs in the car. Funny how the smallest things travel this far. I stopped waiting for the answer, stop trying to be sure. Some nights aren't meant for fixing, only meant to endure. Tell me if remembering gets softer as it fades. Tell me if old summers still arrive the same. After the rain, the air turns clear and slow, and all the things we carry stop to let us go. After the rain, I finally understand. Not everything unfinished needs another chance. still hangs crooked by the chair against the wall. And every little evening now feels quieter than all. You said, don't hold the moment too tightly in your hands, but nobody ever tells you how letting go lands. Tell me where the water goes after it leaves the ground. Tell me why old memories still come back around. After the rain, everything looks changed. Same old house, same old frame. After the rain, nothing feels the same, but some things stay without a name. The rain stayed on the windows long after the clouds moved on. The streetlights made the pavement look like another town. Your jacket still hangs crooked by the chair against the wall. And every little evening now feels quieter than all. You said don't hold the moment too tightly in your hands. Your shoes still wet by the doorway, like they know something I don't. Morning comes across the floorboards, but the feeling never goes. The kettle sings in the kitchen, then settles into steam. And every ordinary moment feels louder than it seems. You said people leave in pieces, slow enough not to see. Now every room keeps asking, what happened to we? Tell me where the evening goes after the daylight fades. Tell me why old memories still stay the same. Come home, even if it's late, even if it's only for the shape you made. Come home, you don't have to stay. Some doors stay open anyway. I drove the road behind the station, past the fence we painted blue. Everything looks smaller, everything except you. Your old records still collect dust, your old jacket still hangs low. Funny how abandoned places always seem to know. I stopped waiting for an answer, stopped listening for the phone. Some nights aren't about returning, just not being alone. Tell me if the weather feels different where you are. Tell me if all promises still travel this far. Come home, even if just once. never do, I'll still let the evening in. Still wait by the doorway, like they know something I don't. Morning comes across the floorboards, but the feeling never goes. The kettle sings in the kitchen, then settles into steam. And every ordinary moment feels louder than it seems. You said people leave in pieces, slow enough not to see. Now every room keeps asking, what happened to we? Tell me where the evening goes after the daylight fades. Tell me why old memories still stay the same. To stay, some doors stay open anyway. I drove the road behind the station, like they know something I don't. Morning comes across the floorboards, but the feeling never goes. The kettle sings in the kitchen, then settles into steam. Every ordinary moment feels louder than it seems. You said people leave in pieces, slow enough not to see. Now every room keeps asking, what happened to we? Tell me where the evening goes after the daylight fades. Tell me why the kitchen lights stayed on all night, casting gold across the floor, like somebody meant to come back and forgot what leaving's for. Your mug still sits beside the sink, with a little crack near the rim, and every small unfinished thing feels strangely full of him. You used to stand there humming, with your back against the wall. Now the room keeps doing both parts, and somehow does them all. Tell me where the evenings go after they lose their glow. Tell me why old houses always seem to know. The kitchen left its mark. I found your shopping list this morning, folded in a cookbook page. Milk and bread and lemons, and something that just said stay. The clock still runs too quickly, the windows catch the rain. Funny how familiar places learn to speak your name. I stop fixing little things, stop moving chairs around. Some silences feel kinder when they're left the way they sound. Tell me if the mornings open softer where you are. Tell me if remembering still reaches this far. The kitchen light stayed on and I finally understood. Some things don't stay because they're broken, some stay because they're good. The kitchen light stayed on till the shadows turned thin, and I let the quiet settle instead of letting it win. Maybe nothing has to last forever, maybe nothing really should. Maybe love is just a small light trying to do some good. No final letter, no grand goodbye, just warm yellow in the doorway, and another passing night. The kitchen light stayed on. Tonight I leave it there, not waiting for the old days, just keeping the room fair. The kitchen light stayed on as the evening settled slow, and somewhere in that quiet I finally let it glow. There's dust along the dashboard and leaves caught by the glass. The map's still folded halfway, like we never thought we'd pass. You said there was a back road that cut behind the hills, a slower kind of leaving for people standing still. But we stayed with all the traffic, with the noise and yellow lines, thinking every green light meant we still had time. Tell me where the distance goes after the miles disappear. Tell me if another road would have kept you here. We never took the back road, somebody painted over half the summer we left behind. Your jacket rides the passenger seat like it belongs somewhere, and I still turn the radio down like you're sitting there. Funny how the small routines outlive bigger plans, like opening a second coffee for absent hands. Tell me if the roads get quieter, tell me if the sky gets wide, tell me if arriving feels different on your side. We never took the back road, still I see it when I sleep. A line of faded telephone poles and promises we couldn't keep. We never took the back road, but maybe that's alright. Some roads stay unfinished and still lead through the night. No one warned us that ordinary days would become the ones we carry anyway. No final station, no clean goodbye, just another evening and a slower sky. We never took the back road, but I stopped asking why. Some places only matter because we passed them by. We never took the back road, maybe that's enough to know we had a direction, even when the road got rough. Curtains still move at midnight, though the windows stay shut tight, like the house remembers weather from another kind of life. Your glasses on the bookshelf, half hidden in the shade, and every little thing you touched refuses not to stay. You said people leave in pieces, not all at once, not clean. And I never knew what that meant till now, and everything between. Tell me where the quiet goes after all the noise is through. Tell me if old conversations still sound like me and you. The curtain still moves, and I don't different voices, but I knew the stairs before. The neighbor's dog got older, the mailbox changed its blue. Funny how the world replaces things, except the thought of you. I'll stop collecting reasons, stop making meaning fit. Now I let the evenings happen and sit inside of it. Tell me if the seasons still arrive too fast. Tell me if the future just remains like warm air in the hallway, where soft marks lay.